So this course name is Beyond Human Finance. In this curriculum, in this program, we will learn beyond human finance. We will start from the scratch where the technology evolved. When the humans first built computers, then they started programming. We will learn about the technology when programming was invented. We will go through all these stages of learning from programming to softwares to blockchain. Before we start, I encourage everybody to take uh, their notebook and pen so that they can make notes and invite your kids along with you so that they can also learn. Okay, let's start.
Giờ bắt đầu thôi.
So this is the episode 1 where we will learn about read-only revolution. This is welcome to episode 1 of our 60 episode journey into Beyond Human Finance, the blockchain and AI curriculum. For the next 45 minutes, we are going to time travel back in Internet's Stone Age, also known as Web 1. Like I told you all, we will start from the very basic, very scratch so that kids can also learn with us. Yes, this was an era where internet had no voice, no personality, no way to argue with you, which honestly sounds peaceful compared to today. What was Web 1? Web 1 was internet in its quiet, humble, introverted phase. Think of it as a digital library, no comments, no sharing, no likes, no fighting in comment sections. No viral dances, no influencers selling toothpaste. It was basically the internet telling you, I will show you information, you will read it, and you will like it quietly. This is how internet used to look like. This was Yahoo. This is how cool it was back then, in which there was a search button, mail button, and add button, and help button. Web 1 sites look like someone built them using Microsoft Paint and a prayer. Pages loaded line by line like a suspense movie. Except the suspense was, will this image ever load? For example, Yahoo directory, early newspaper sites, search engines that barely searched, government portals that still look the same today. Key point was read only, you were a visitor, not a participant. Let's see how people actually used Web 1. People used Web 1 with patience we no longer have. Today, if a website takes more than 2 seconds to load, we question the entire existence. But back then, downloading one single image took longer than a flight from Vietnam to Dubai. This was supposed to. This is one website, America Online.
Của Mỹ.
This is how emails and AOL, America Online used to look like. This is email dashboard of AOL. What people did, they checked the weather, looked up random facts on internet. We used to print directions, print maps, read news without arguing in the comments. This was a peaceful period where the internet didn't know us. Let's understand how the economies of Web 1 existed. There was no real monetization. There was nothing related to money on internet. There was no business on internet. There was no commerce on internet. There was no monetary exchange or transaction on internet. It was just for information. Look how times changed, where internet had no financial connections. There was no monetization on internet. But look now how life has transformed, how internet has transformed. And back then, people who gave it importance, who studied computer science, people who were curious about technology, they are way ahead than us right now. Similarly, the technology that we are riding upon is the future. So we can imagine where we are going to be in next 5 years, next 10 years. If we compare from Web 1 to now, we see a drastic change. And I'm not talking about 50 years ago. Internet had no real monetization, no algorithms, no data harvesting, no cookies tracking your deepest secrets. No, it was not profitable, it was just there. There was no influencer culture, no content creators, just quiet websites minding their own businesses.
Nó không có được.
Back then, what it mattered, why it mattered, there was radio, TV, and then digital transformation towards internet. But in Web 1, people were consuming, not creating. But it was the birth of digital world. But the value did not flow to users, not even to creators. It was like the internet's free trial version. What Web 1 helped to build. Despite being boring, Web 1 did something revolutionary. It brought the world online. Web 1 brought us the concept of digital identity. People learned how to identify themselves digitally. Early e-commerce attempts. The first online communication system through email. Web 1 brought global shift from physical to digital information. Web 1 was the seed and Web 2 was the jungle that grew from it. If Web 1 was bicycle, Web 2 was the super bike that crashed into everyone's privacy rights. Let's look at interactive audience movement. Let's make this engaging. I want everyone to answer in the chat. What is the earliest website you remember using? I know today's session is very, very basic, but this is the basic understanding that I'm building to take you all to the next level, to the complex level. And I'm doing this for everybody of all ages, even for kids, so that
Ừ.
everybody understands the whole technology.
Nó
Don't
ba
think
chữ.
that I'm talking about website, I'm talking about basic things. It's going to advance like crazy. Second question. If you lived in Web 1 era, what website would you create knowing everybody could comment on it? If you knew everything, what would you do in Web 1? Okay. Would you prefer a peaceful internet where nobody argues or chaos is more fun? Yes. Women dance on internet, TikToks, fights, all the things on internet, everything colorful. People love that. Now, before ending, I want to give one homework for tomorrow. Um, Find one Web 1 website that is still online today. Take a screenshot and save the link. Uh, if Web 1 gave users zero power, what would happen if Web 2 never arrived? List one thing that Web 1 did better than today's internet. According to me, it stayed silent was a good thing. And right now, it is very loud. These tasks will help you understand the roots of digital revolution. So Web 1 was simple, quiet, peaceful, um, and it was a warm-up stage. But then came Web 2, the era where internet got loud, greedy, social, and controlling. So tomorrow's session is titled as Web 2, the social explosion and rise of platforms, where we explore how the internet went from silent monk to hyperactive teenager. Thank you for joining the episode 1. See you tomorrow in episode 2, and trust me, the chaos is just beginning. Tomorrow we will start learning. Tomorrow we will get into chaos. So slowly,
Yes.
gradually, that's why I said bring your kids along with you so that you can learn, they can learn the whole technology with timeline. Tomorrow we will get into Web 2 and learn how Web 2 evolved, how websites, social media, how everything came into internet. Trust me, I'm not going to take more than 30 minutes of your time. All right. Thank you so much. See you all tomorrow at the same time.